Hi, I'm Christy Ross. Today I'm making a gorgeous leg of lamb for Easter. So I have about a 4.5-pound leg of lamb here. And what I'm doing is putting little slits in with a really sharp knife into the fat portion of the lamb, and just at even intervals. And then I'm going to insert some fresh garlic, but I'm going to wrap each piece of garlic in a fresh mint leaf, and it gives incredible flavor. So I have just a clove of garlic here that I'm slicing, maybe about 1/8 of an inch thick. And if they're too big, then I cut them in half so that I don't have too big of a hunk in there going into the lamb. Then I have beautiful fresh mint leaves. And again, if the mint leaves themselves are too big, then feel free to cut them in half as well. So see, this one's quite large, so I would just slice that in half. Then I take my little sliver of fresh garlic and wrap it in the mint and just insert that into the slits that I made into the lamb. When I make Easter lamb, it always reminds me of when my husband Randy and I lived in Paris with our 2 sons. This was quite a few years ago. The boys were little then, and I used to buy my meat down the street at a little butcher shop, and Monsieur and Madame Durand owned the shop. And most people, at least in those days, most of the French would buy 1 or 2 slices, whatever they needed just for the day. Well, being an American and eating more like an American, especially in those days, we ate a lot more meat then than we do now. I would go in and I would buy the whole this or the whole that. Well, it was almost Easter time, and I went to Monsieur Durand, and I explained to him in French that I think I forgot to make a little slit here. I explained to him in French that I wanted to purchase a leg of lamb. And he said, "Oui, madame, oui, madame." And so he got this beautiful leg of lamb out, and he showed it to me, and he said, in French, he said, "How much do you want?" And I said, "I want the whole thing." He said, "Oui, madame, how much do you want?" And I said, "Je voudrais le tout. I want the whole thing." And his eyes just got huge, and he looked at me, and I said, "Oui, madame." And the next thing I know, he took that leg of lamb, and he used a very sharp knife, and he started to crisscross and make all kinds of beautiful designs in the fat of the lamb. I felt like I was about to put his first child through college. And sure enough, I'm sure that was one of the most expensive legs of lamb I ever purchased, but it was also the prettiest leg of lamb. So I could never do as beautiful a job as Monsieur Durand did, but this is pretty darn close. It is gorgeous. So I have inserted all of my garlic my garlic cloves and my little leaves of mint, and now I'm going to just brush the top of this with some mint jelly. It's going to give a beautiful, beautiful flavor to the lamb. I'm going to just put some on the sides as well, and you can be as liberal as you like with that. There we go. And let's stick this one back in there. There we go. Then I'm going to take a little bit of coarse salt and sprinkle that on. And some freshly ground pepper. And any of the little pieces of garlic that I didn't use up, I can use those now. I just chop them real small. And that jelly will help them to stick. In the meantime, I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. For this 4.5-pound leg of lamb, it will take somewhere between 1.5 and 2 hours for medium rare. And medium rare, oh, see, beautiful, beautiful rosemary. Medium rare is about 165 degrees on your thermometer. So some fresh rosemary that I'm also going to chop. And we're going to have asparagus and little red new potatoes that I'll roast right alongside the lamb. It is going to be an incredible feast, and it should be, because Easter is so special. So I have about a small sweet onion here that I've sliced, and I'm going to put this lamb right on top of that. And as it roasts, those onions are going to caramelize, they're going to get golden brown and soft, and they're going to create extra juices in here. And I have the most gorgeous leg of lamb ready for the oven for our Easter. We're going to celebrate Easter with an incredible meal. I hope you celebrate in your home too.